Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the Bakugan Armored Alliance Baku-Gear, Draganoid, and Pegatrix Ultra. This is from the new kind of like season wave, you know, when they do a new season name so that it's all new and exciting with new toy packages. And we got a bunch of new versions of everybody, of the Ultras, of the regulars, of the starter packs. They even have a new like arena, and it's all kinds of new stuff. But this is, I think, the one I wanted to cover the most first because it's the most new thing. Everything else is pretty much just, you know, new cards, new figures, and stuff like that. But this actually has a new element to it, which is the Baku-Gear, which is these little things which you can use to activate the transformation. I also like how weird this looks when I'm starting the review. It looks like I'm reviewing like really futuristic bonbons or something. Like, hey, here's my review of 2 futuristic spheres. Like, I don't know. It's spherical! Spherical! But anyway, we're going to start with Draganoid and try not to activate these by doing it. But so, you know, you do get your standard Bakugan here, your standard Bakugan core. Nothing too odd about it, you know, it's your standard fare. And then this is going to be the little Baku-Gear, which you activate the transformation with. Like, you have the cores. They both come with 2 cores. So you have these, which you can, you know, activate like normal, find the little flat part on it, and it'll activate the transformation. But the cooler and funner way is to use this for it, and you can use one or both or whatever. You also have these 2 little, they look like little pistols, but they're kind of more like cannons that attach, and they actually are going to attach on him. Well, I'm going to do it once I'm transformed. I first thought it was for this, but they're kind of just separate for now. But basically, just find your little flat surface here, and then activate it via this, and it pops open. I always get it wrong. I thought I had it right, but you're supposed to do it this way. But I always kind of mess it up. I'm like, okay, so it's pointing the opposite direction of this little thing, but that's basically what you get. It transforms open like normal, but then you get this cool cannon, and then you can place these little guys right here. There's 2 little slots for them, and so that's what makes these special. Everything else is par for the course, normal, insta-transform action, but you have this cool cannon that also pops open and facilitates the transformation, which I think is a bit of a cooler and fun way of transforming this. I do like the design. I think it looks pretty cool. Dragonoid's always been one of my favorites, and I think they look really cool with the gear. I think that's a cool way of adding elements to it, and like I said, I think it adds a little bit extra fun to the whole instant transform gimmick, which is always one of the funnest, there we go, parts of these for me, and I kind of like transforming it that way. Man, I can really talk in this one. Also, before I forget, they come with cards as per usual. You have your Dragonoid Ultra card here, and then the gear card here for the Pyru Hammer, even though this is like a blaster. But so yeah, that's really cool. Transforming it back is pretty simple. I mean, just take these off here. This one is really simple. You just fold this all the way back in, like, did you get that? Did you write it down? Did you get it? And then this is a weird one because it's like really simple, but at the same time, it's one of those ones that's always popping open. Oh yeah, I almost forgot here to take out the little horn there too. Almost forgot about that. But you know, just fold it around here, fold these around, and then fold this around. And this actually looks like it wants to bend this way to the right, but it goes all the way this way instead. And then you got to make sure you bend the head down. Why is that? I was saying hen, but the head down first. And then snap all these together. And then this one I think you're supposed to do earlier, but I always find it easier to get everything to stay together, just kind of loop these around these edges, like you kind of have to push them past here. And for whatever reason, that way is always easier for me to do it in that method. But let's see if I can get it right this time. Am I doing it the opposite way? Yes! There we go. So yeah, super easy, super cool. Now this one here, again, par for the course, nothing too special about it here, but then you're going to be attaching this once you find the flat spot, and I'll probably put it on the opposite way. No, I got it right. There we go. First try. I always get like nervous about that, switching it out so it's facing the right way. But again, really cool. I really love the color scheme on this one. I love the Arctic bit for it. Like, it looks really cool like that. I think this looks really well. It looks like it flows really nicely with it. Not that Dragonoid's doesn't, but this looks like it was almost a part of it the whole time. You have these little legs here which fold out a little bit more, and then you have to fold them in when you're transforming it, and those can be like a little bit of, you know, not difficulty, but just something you might forget, because like here, they fold out to form more of the legs, and they don't insta-transform out. So you kind of have to remember to do it one way or the other when you're transforming it. So just kind of don't forget about that. And then he also has 2 little cannons, which are, I believe it's this side, which you place here like this. Little extras to sort of gear him out more, just like you did with Dragonoid, which is cool. And so that looks pretty cool. I dig that. I think the concept is very cool. Before we do the transformation, just, you know, he also comes with his cores, which again, also you can activate the transformation that way, but the point of the gear ones is to do it that way. I guess if you're just playing with it without the gear, obviously you're going to do it. But just for fun, I think it's way more fun to put the blaster on. And then you have his cards as well. Transformation back on this one is way simpler for the most part. Not that Draganoids is complicated, but there's a lot less times where it pops out on me. The only quote-unquote complicated part or difficult part, like I said, is these little feats. Just make sure you remember to swing them in because they don't really insta-transform. They're kind of on their more individual hinges, so make sure you do that before you place it back together. And then you basically just fold these in, fold these around the sides, fold these here, and it just kind of all flows together nicely like that. I said nicely, there we go. I said nicely, there we go. Okay, there we go, and now we're just going to transform it back for the final verdict because it looks cooler that way like this. So yeah, overall, these are really neat. I dig them. I always have fun with the Insta-Transform. I think that these are fun. Like, obviously, they add to the game. But, I mean, in terms of just sitting there, I find it really fun to just pick up the little cannons and Insta-Transform them. So I think those are really neat. Again, these are one of the most new things of the line. There is a bunch of new individuals, but all in the same categories we had in the previous lines. But these are sort of the new gimmick because they're actually adding something new to it other than just them being, you know, new stats and new figures and stuff like that. So I can definitely recommend checking it out if you are into the figures or game. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for all my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.